Hey, FlimsyLunchTray here, and welcome back to our new player guide series. As going off of Monday's video, where we were on the public test server, taking an early look at the Puerto Rico Return of Puerto Rico dockyard event that will come in the next update. I thought, I haven't done a video just talking about how to download the public test server, how you can do that, purpose of the public test server, so on and so forth. So I thought that'd probably be good at this point in the new player guide series to go ahead and highlight that. And so I'm just going to read what they have here. Wargaming doesn't have very much listed here, and I'll throw this link up in the description below. So if you want to check out the public test server, you are able to do that. So each World of Warships update goes through many test phases before it hits the live servers. So like for ships and things, you'll have testers in the game that are trying out things. But one of the things that they do is at the public test server, it's one of the final phases that they do for testing updates, changes in the game features. So like what I was showing on public test server Monday, like that was highlighting update 11.7. Right now we're on update 11.6 as recording this video. So you get an early access look. So I was even looking at the camera, seeing how the camera is changing. You can do height, field of view is different. Some say it's like World of Warships Legends with how the camera is. But we were specifically checking out the dockyard, right? So we got a early look at that. We don't know what the combat missions look like, but we at least got to see what rewards possible to obtain through those shipbuilding phases. So the Wargaming uses the public test server, and the test players' interaction helps the developers to maintain, quote, the highest possible quality of the game on the live servers. When they had submarines, they were testing on the public test server, right? And then they're still doing a lot of tests and randoms on the live servers with subs still at this point in time. So sometimes the results of public tests affect the developer's decision on whether or not to introduce certain changes on the live server or postpone them and roll them out during the following update. Some test phases cannot be carried out without a large number of players, even if we use a lot of special testing bots, because no machine can imitate the behavior of a real player. Your participation in the public test is very important to us, as well as your comments about any new features prior to the release of each update. So active participants in public test are eligible for special rewards that get added to their accounts on the live server. So this, in addition to the content I work to upload on my channel when we're checking out new updates, new things Wargaming is testing on the public test server, rewards is the second reason why I like hopping over on the public test server, because the public test server, it's not always active. You'll just get this loading. So in your news, they'll say, yo, the public test server is going to be live for you to play on. For example, it was this past Thursday through Sunday. I think that's the timeline. And you can go in and you have 4 days to see what the new update looks like, so on and so forth. So it's kind of time sensitive. But you get these rewards, which can be containers, but particularly community tokens. That's one of the main rewards I seek when I'm playing on the public test server. Though when they say play a submarine and get 8,000 base experience, I'm not interested in that at all, because I dislike submarines strongly. So how to participate. If you have previously participated in a public test, simply update the test game client and use your main World Warship server account details to log in. So for mine, even though I'm on 3 different servers, I use my North American server account as my details to log in. So then when you're on the server and you're playing a game, like at the end of your name, it'll be NA, RU, EU, indicating what server you're on, what server you are a player on when you're playing on the public test server. So if this is the first time that you are helping us make our games better by participating in public test, install the Wargaming Center and test game clients, then use your main World of Warship server account details to log in. If you don't have an account yet, you'll need to create one to participate in the public test. So you have to have, if you're a new player guide, you're a newer player and you're watching this series, it means you have the account, right? So then that already is done. So you just have to create, add on the public test server, which when you log in, like you double click the icon on your desktop, you can go to like the top left and then you click which server you want to be on, but I also have a separate icon on my desktop specifically for the public test server, so I don't confuse myself. So you can install the Wargaming client right here if you don't have it. Player support does not accept complaints about violations committed on public test servers. So if there's a lot of misbehavior in chat, if there is a player being very rude, spamming direct messages at you and stuff, player support does not deal with anything that happens on the public test server, only on the live server. So just be mindful of that. If you're wondering why Wargaming doesn't react to something that happened or occurred to you on the public test server, okay? Player support can only handle the live servers, from my understanding. They'd have to hire more people. How do I install the public test client? Use one of the following methods to install the game client. So here you have instructions on how to download it. So in the Wargaming client, navigate to the Word Warships tab, open the game settings menu, and select install additional game instance. Select the region, so like EU and A. Public test in the upper left corner on the screen that appears, and click the install button. In the Wargaming client, navigate to the All Games tab, click the Install Game by ID button, and enter the following code, and click the Install button. Click the Install button once again on the screen that appears. Import previously installed game. In the Wargaming client, go to the All Games tab, click the Import Installed Games button, select the game you want to import into the Wargaming client. On the screen that appears, click the Import button. And then if you're wondering how does the reward things work, so the rewards you get, they transfer off your public test server account and they go to your main live server account. So for example, as I said, I use the my NA server as the basis for my public test server account. So any rewards I gain by playing a public test server goes to my NA server account. If I use my EU server account as my basis for the public test server, then it would go to my EU account, not my NA account. So if you have multiple accounts, you need to be mindful of which account you're adding this instance of the public test server onto your Wargaming client. Because I want all my main rewards to come to my NA server since that's what I mainly play on, and so forth. So basically the rewards will they can come pretty quick, same day. But here they have, you expect rewards to appear on your account within several days of a new update being released. And that is when it comes on to your main live server account. You can get details about the public test time and combat missions and rewards in a special news article on this portal that's published before every round of public tests. So I had a video probably maybe a month or more ago now at this point, talking about the importance of reading the news, because here they will put up when they'll have a public test server update. So here, public test of update 11.7 round 1. So they might do another round of testing. Granted, this is just only 4 days that they have the testing. Also, not 4 days. It's starts Thursday and goes through Monday, but my local time is Thursday through Tuesday morning. So we have 5 days of testing, and then they might even do another round. And here they show you, mostly community tokens. So that's what I was getting on and playing. And then you can get the 8,000 base XP, that was for a tactical container. So I didn't really care about that one. But I picked up all these other rewards, so you can be playing different ships. I didn't pick up this one, hit by a depth charge. So I picked up the other 5 rewards when I was on it. Alright, or did I only not get 4? Oh yeah, I didn't complete this one yet. I'm in process of working on it as I record it, because it's Sunday as I'm making this video. So the other big thing that I need to make mention of is when you start on the public test server, it's the starting bonuses. Like, you get an insane amount of rewards when you start out on the public test server. So research prices for ships and ships modules will be substantially discounted. So it's like 1 experience to go from tier 9 to tier 10 ship. And then you have an absurd amount of credits, 500 million. So, you can buy whatever. You can reset your commanders free of charge. You have to click the doubloon option. It'll say 0 doubloons. I think for commander skills, if you use the Elite Commander XP, that will charge you. So if you just want to choose the free option, it's like 0 doubloons. If you're joining the public test server first time since update 11.6, which is the current update, you'll be awarded the following additional bonuses. To see, every participant will have a researchable tier 6 and tier 8 ships helmed by commanders with 19 skill points. So if you want to play a tier 10 ship, just move one of the 19 point commanders over to your tier 10 ship, since it's tier 6 to tier 8 ships. You get 30,000 doubloons, but they only have like a couple of tier 2, maybe tier 3 ships in the armory, so I don't think you can just go ham and buy all the ships on the main server that you'd want to play. It's more giving wants you to play on the main server. Also, because you can only be on the public test server for a limited time, right? It's only so many days, so then you'd have to sit out for a long time before you can play the game again. So they want you to play on the live servers, not the test server, as a regular ongoing thing. You also get a very large amount of coal, and they give you some premium time and sets with expendable economic bonuses. So I had that on the account as well. So this is what you can expect. Now, in terms of player interaction on the public test server, usually there's not a lot of players on it all the time. You won't have maybe full 12 versus 12 random battles. It's like 9 versus 9. I think that was the case with I had a Moskva battle on Friday. Yeah, it was on Friday. I think it was 9 versus 9. I have to check. I was thinking about uploading the video to YouTube since we just talked about the Moskva. But I did over 210,000 damage. It was just a really wicked, fun battle. I had a fun time with it, so I was thinking about uploading that, but I don't think I made up my mind at this point as recording this video. So this is what you can expect. You do get the premium ships. Any premium ships that you have on your main server account will show up on the public test server. So my Moskva, Bourgogne, Stalingrad, Massachusetts, Ohio, those ships all pop up for me on the public test server. They used to go back and forth where that wasn't a thing, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm remembering correctly. But that's kind of the purposes of the public test server account. Do I recommend you getting on and playing it? I mean, it's really up to you. If you only have so much time playing the game, if you only play the game a couple, maybe 2-3 battles a day, or maybe every other day, then maybe the public test server isn't for you. But if you want to gain some of those rewards I was talking about with community tokens, and you don't mind checking things out, then by all means you can go for it. Most players don't take, when they're playing on the public test server, they don't take playing it seriously. So you have a lot of people who throw away their ships, or a lot of players making very questionable decisions at high tier. I mean, you get that on the main servers, right? But on the public test server, it's like a whole new level. So you can really punish players there if you're playing really competitively on the public test server. So players just don't take it as seriously as they do the main server account. So that's what you can expect when you're playing randoms, ranked and such on the public test server. So, all right, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap the video up. But that is about how to download the public test server, all you need to know about it. The purposes, the rewards, what you can expect if you're playing on the public test server. If you have the time available, then sure, hop on the public test server, download it as an additional instance on your client. If you don't have enough time, just enough time for your main server account, you're not missing anything major. Just focus on grinding, playing your main account if that is the case for you and time is an issue. So if you liked today's video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you did not, give it a thumbs down. Subscribe if you do want to see more. If you're subscribed, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. And we'll catch you here next time. Take care.